What's up, dogs? Live from the DHR, Diesel Health and Recovery, Sauna, and Recovery Center. On hour 41 of the water only fast. I'm gonna eat here in the next hour. Feeling pretty good overall. First day, first 24 hours, I feel like you go through some hunger stuff, and then eventually after a while you ain't hungry anymore. You're just kind of dialed in. I feel like mentally just a little more sharper, more focused. And I find when I'm not eating, I have a lot more time on my hand at night. So it's interesting to see how much productivity you can have outside of the obviously health effects of fasting, which really I'm just here to kind of bring some awareness. A lot of people ask about how to use it, how to get involved with fasting. Is it good in season, out of season? Am I going to lose a bunch of muscle mass? The answer is yes, no. Like it's great anytime it's like a tool in the workshop. If you know how to use it, it's great. And that's why you got to progress your way in. You don't start with a 36-hour fast. Like I'm doing these, 2-3 days, every 3-4 weeks. But I'm just data testing, checking things out, but really trying to feel the effects, and then I can, coach people through it, because there are some great benefits of optimization when you can do it. And I found that every couple of weeks, if I feel like my data is trending up, or I'm stressed, or I'm like not getting as much REM or deep, you throw a 24 to 36 hour fast. And I usually do a 36 because I like to see the data spike, and then bam, I feel you're at a better ground, and for a couple of weeks your body's really good, and then boom, it's like a reset. So I think it's powerful. I think it's just such a powerful tool to use. And why you use it is again to get your body a reset. When you're eating all the time, you're causing your body stress and energy and things like that. So sometimes you stop eating and the good things happen and allow your body to do some other work in some other areas. And we can go a long time without food. That's why water is still a big powerful source during that time. And you kind of rock and roll through it, but it becomes like, day one, you're kind of feeling it, you're going good. Last night, it was like, I was a little hungry going to bed, but I got to sleep. And once I got to sleep, you sleep really well. You usually get higher REM or higher deep once you can get it going. Maybe a few more disturbances, since I'm not, body's hungry. I might be dreaming about a cheeseburger or something. But then I woke up today with 95%, lowest resting heart rate I have in a couple of weeks at 37, 95, HRV's buzzing. It's like, wow, man. The body really is ready to go, and the body will do great things. When you stress it, it's going to overcompensate back. And that's what you're seeing here. So it's a powerful aspect there. And as I come out of the fast today, I definitely, yesterday I rocked a big strength day. I just trained on it. I usually train fasted, but today I definitely felt a little sluggish in the workout. It was more of a moderate, light kind of movement, cardiovascular, energy system day. So I can, kind of planned it for that day, but I was definitely battling a little bit more. Would have been hard for me to really go into that extra gear, but again, sometimes it's worth it for the neurological effects. So last thing I'll talk about today is really quickly is like when to use it. Like I got a lot of guys asking. It's like, if I'm going to start with anyone, I'm going to start with probably a 16 hours of fast, 18 hours of an eating window. So that's an intermittent fast, pretty well known, but that's an easy way to start. Maybe start with 2-3 days of that, which is going to kind of get you that feel, because you're going to be hungry at times. When you start this, you're going to be hungry when you're programmed to eat. But eventually, when you deprogram that, you realize the benefits are actually not eating all the time, and almost knowing when to eat a lot, when to eat a little. Like I love eating, so that's kind of a big reason why I kind of love fasting. It's like when I can eat, I can eat. You don't have to be as perfect in the rails if you're eating all the time. You're just stressing the system. I've never seen it. Like inflammation's just high. Like we see it in the body fat, we see it in their energy. Like eat all day, great. Like you see it everywhere. HRV, resting heart rate. So one of the story to get back to when you're going to use it. Like I'd start with the phase 1, which is like 16-8, and maybe you go 12-8 or 11-7. The earlier you can shut off eating, the better before bed. Just for the data side, it's really going to give you the energy and the focus each day, which is why the benefit of not shoving food down your throat until you're full every night before you go to bed. You're gonna wake up sluggish, and you're not gonna be able to put in that effort. So really, we start with maybe a phase 1, 16-8, maybe do it 2-3 times a week, get a feel of it, do it for a couple of weeks. If we're doing, 2-3 days a week where we're introducing 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating window, then eventually we'll understand, what it takes, the mental feel that you'll feel, the focus, but also some of the effects of the hunger. But that'll go away after 2-3 weeks. Next thing you know, you'll just feel the good side of it. So fasting, in general, can be progressed into any routine, any athlete, anyone, just kind of understanding that. Now, for example, in season baseball, You know, position guy, we might say, hey man, you go to the field around 1, 2 every day. Why don't we just not eat till then, and then you can eat between like 2 and 10. You know, there's your 8-hour window. Give his body an extra 4 or 5, 6 hours of kind of no eating. You know, if he wakes up at 10, 11, eats, kind of starts the engine, turns it off, spikes the blood glucose. It's just not worth it. Like, you don't need it. You ate enough the night before. Your body, you know, that's the biggest myth, is you got to shove all this food down your throat. Like, no, you don't. You know, you get energy from a lot of places. You get energy from being balanced, sleeping well, eating nutrient-dense food, not eating piles of food that isn't good or processed or late. All right, you don't ever want to wreck your sleep, so that's a big thing. So a position guy, we might use that, and it's just like, hey, a couple extra hours of not eating, but boom, that will see huge results in your HRV keeping up throughout the season, but also your resting heart rate kind of keeping it down. Resting heart rate is your cardiovascular health. Most injuries, you know, you'll see a lot of times if that thing starts to go up, like where our system's out of balance. So great way to kind of keep that in control. Golfers, PGA, any really level, you play in tournament golf, like, everyone's like, oh, I got to eat before my round. No, you don't. You know, you probably tried it before, and people said you got to eat it for energy. Like, hey, try not to eat, you know, maybe till 4, 5, 6. You know, next thing you know, it's mid morning. But instead of eating and then taking, like, I had bacon. I don't care if you're eating fats, protein, fibers. That's still causing energy to go from my brain to my gut. And, you know, that takes away the ability to play well at golf, I think. Like, give me the energy. I want to hit that ball. It's hard to do everything and do everything and play like that. So the more you can, you know, find ways to optimize, the better. And, you know, I've been going for a while. I'm about here in the sauna, so I'm about done today. But obviously, at the end of the day, you can progress it in. It starts slow, 16-8, and then you can build maybe into a 24-hour. They call it a warrior diet. You know, eat every 24 hours. I did that for a while, but you don't want to just get stuck like you got to do it every day. You don't have to do it every day. A few days a week, you can do whatever you want. All right, but days where you want to be optimized, maybe that day, but eating into that day, you're going to fast. All right, a great way. I want to optimize for today, so I fasted yesterday. Boom, bing, bing. All right, there's the tool. All right, let's keep attacking. Let's keep learning. Keep growing. Live from the sauna.